All right, everybody. Woo! Let's go. Get everybody in here. Party time. Oh, there's Jeffrey. Jeff, you give me a big thumbs up when you're ready, sir. You give me a giant. Oh, he's ready. Everybody's ready.
Rolleth. Wrong layer. Here we go. Rolleth.
Roll Tide, man. Roll
Tide did not have 2,000 yards passing today, so let me just adjust that. What was it, 277 or 276?
It was 276. Thank you.
Boom.
Roll Tide,
that
Keith.
Was legit, fellas. Whew. Man.
Roll Tide, Cat.
Roll Tide, everyone. Roll Tide, everyone.
D-Dub, let's go, baby. Let's go.
Man,
Roll
what
Tide.
a flipping game that was.
Woo! Georgia absolutely is a hell of a team. Man. We got some stuff to talk about. It wasn't all good. You know how we like to keep it. You got to have something to complain about.
Ooh.
But my gracious, Roll Tide.
Roll Tide, Eric.
Roll Tide, Tim. Everybody's in here. Daryl.
Man, what a flipping game. Daryl J in the house. C-Dub.
Daryl, defense wins. Hey, you know what? They gave up over 200 yards on the ground, but they showed up late when it mattered.
Man, no kidding.
Not pretty by any means defensively, but man, they got the job done when it mattered.
I was killing the defense on my text too. We couldn't stop the run. I was like, Georgia just running up the middle, whatever they want.
Absolutely frustrated. Oh my goodness. Anybody else feel like their hearts
I probably fired Womack 10, 12 times. Whoo.
They probably are, Eric. They probably are. So they probably are. Man, I'm sweating. I was pacing.
Oh, dude, my voice is shot.
Let's go, Jared. Roll Tide. Yeah.
Roll Tide, Keith. Roll Tide, Jared.
Whoo! Come on in, everybody. Go ahead, retweet, share everywhere. If you're watching on YouTube, share it over on your social medias. Tell everybody to get in here. We're about to celebrate this one together. We'll see. But going on the road and beating Georgia is a big deal. Snapping a 33
computer now locking up, of course.
Win streak. Who, me or you?
No, mine is. Everything's froze up on my computer. I don't know if y'all can hear me or not.
Yes, sir, Mr. Cannon. Larry, what's up, brother? Y'all coming in here so fast. How you doing, Larry? Yeah. Vomit on your sweater. Mom spaghetti, man. Roll Tide. Whoo!
Man.
I think Kirby Smart has an Alabama problem, bro.
That was some of the best offensive play calling I've seen in a long time, really since Sark in 2020 when he had all his weapons, and even Lane in 2014 when the Blake Sims year. But Grubb had some that little misdirection. What a beautiful play what a beautiful design that was.
Yeah.
Agreed, Cat. Ty's got balls of steel, man. That guy's.
Yeah. I felt like Grubb kind of got away from what was working a little bit there in the third quarter, early in the fourth, but then he kind of went back to it. Something I saw, and I don't want to get anybody's hopes up, but there towards the end of the game, Alabama started to run the ball a little bit. I don't know if you guys noticed that. That made me very, very happy. Let's bring up the stats. Should we bring up the team stats? Let's bring them up. Give me a second. I'll get them up here, buddy. Oh, man.
Actually, Jim, it was 33 consecutive home wins until tonight.
That's right, brother. All right, let's get this in here with us, Jeff. There we go. All right, box score time. Alabama goes to Athens and hands the Bulldog their first home loss in 33 games. Bama looked very good. They looked efficient. They did not score a touchdown in the second half, which is kind of crazy, but it's not surprising when you take into account who Kirby Smart is and how good Kirby and his staff are at second half adjustments. I do think that Bama had some opportunities there in the second half. They just kind of missed on. They did their job. The secondary did their job. They held Gunnar Stockton to 130 yards. Obviously, Georgia wanted to run the ball, and they did.
They did.
They certainly did. They ran for 225 yards.
Look at the yards per play. 7. Wow.
Yeah. A lot of these were big gashing runs to the perimeter. It's not something that you want to happen, but it's kind of something you could live with. There were a couple of series there where Georgia, when they had to run the ball, especially inside the tackles, Alabama actually did a decent job. That's going to be the story. People are going to be upset about the run defense. By all means, be upset about the run defense. I agree with you, but I will say when they needed to step up and stop the run, they did. Let's go down a little bit further.
Time of possession big too.
What, Jeff?
The time of possession was big. We had the ball for 35 minutes.
Oh no, yeah. That was probably the difference in the game, man.
Yeah, Lance, I agree. Kirby should have taken those 3. But coaches are doing that more and more. They're leaving points off the board.
Yeah,
it's mind-boggling to me how many points coaches leave off the board now on some of these fourth down gambles. It just kills me.
Let's take a member question real quick, Jeff.
All right.
C-Dub's asking, can you say that adversity problem is better? I say that they handled adversity well tonight. I do think that there were a couple of instances where they started to kind of collapse and crumble. I did notice what I noticed from the coaching staff, from Kane Womack and Kalen DeBoer on the side, is that they were, you could tell they were concerned with confidence. They were, if something bad happened, they were off that sideline and lifting dudes up. Kane Womack took complete responsibility for the bust. That was his fault. Yeah, Jackson had no safety help on that play, and he put him in a bad position.
Yeah.
He said, "Hey, that's on me. It's not you guys." If that play doesn't happen, man, this game maybe looks a little more lopsided. But Ty also, Ty was the difference, man. Ty Simpson was the difference in this game.
Absolutely.
I think a lot of people thought he would be. Pass rush was a difference in this game. Honestly, Alabama had the better pass rush. When Randy was on, we talked about that, Jeff.
Yeah.
But to answer your problem, adversity problem, I got to see it, man. You got Vanderbilt coming to town, a really good Vanderbilt team. I think Diego Pavia might end up going into this week as the Heisman favorite. That's funny. You're probably going to laugh at me saying that, but he's putting up ridiculous numbers. So if Bama can get through these next couple of weeks, they got to go to Columbia, which is going to be a much tougher environment than Athens. And then I want to see how they handle adversity now that they got a big one under their belt. And they're going to be back in the top 10, or at least close back to the top 10. They're going to be back in the playoff field, the projected playoff field after tonight. So, I want to see personally how they do moving down the road. Now, what we saw today is what we've talked about with Kalen DeBoer. If you go back and look at Kalen DeBoer at Washington, DeBoer, he went undefeated to the playoffs, right? But he wasn't blowing folks out. His teams were gritty,
winning close games.
That team was gritty, finding ways to win. That's exactly what Alabama did today. Now, they found themselves in a couple of situations where if something goes Georgia's way, they could easily have lost this football game. Alabama didn't score a touchdown at all in the second half. If Georgia connects with that wide open wide receiver, Georgia probably wins this game. So there's things to learn.
Although we dropped an easy one too, so that evened out. Ryan dropped that easy one. They dropped one, so you can almost offset those.
You're right.
Man, Ryan's got to catch a damn ball, man. God, man, trying to catch with his forearms. Like
he's in his head, man. He's in his head. He's in his head. And you can't say it's he's worried about contacting him. But that one catch he had, he just lit up. He's just in his head. It's a mental thing.
It's like a technique thing. It's like he's not catching the ball with his hands and with his body. He's catching with his forearms. And then your forearms are hard, man. The ball just bounces off of there.
Especially yours. Do that again, Jim.
Man, as soon as he let that fly, that pass that Ryan dropped, when he let that go, I did the Larry Bird, man. I was on my back porch. I turned and I walked off to the porch with my finger in the air like Larry Bird did on that 3-point contest back in '88. And I didn't have to look because I knew that was a touchdown. And then my buddy was over watching, started screaming, and I turned around and the ball's like dribbling around on the ground. Oh my gosh.
You want me to tell you what really shined for me in this game offensively? We'll talk more about the defense in a second, but Ty Simpson was put in a really good position in this game because he was reliant on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different targets in receiving. It's like every play he was throwing the ball to somebody else. Isaiah Horton had a solid performance. Ryan Williams, even with his drop, had a solid performance. I mean, it wasn't going to, blow anybody away, but he was averaging almost 9 yards a catch. Isaiah Horton was averaging 13.
Yeah.
Latsier Brooks had 2 for 40, averaging 20 yards. The running backs were doing well catching out of the backfield. Obviously, Jeff, the play you were just talking about, that brilliant third down conversion to ice it away with Jam Miller. The tight ends came in clutch in Cuevas, and then obviously the Caleb Williams catch or Caleb Edwards catch. That was that was beautiful. So offensively, I don't know where Jeff went, but that's okay. Offensively, there's a lot to be happy about. There's a lot they can improve on, I think, at all levels, including at the coordinator level. Like I said, I think that third quarter got a little dicey. I think Grubb got away a little bit from what was working. Maybe there was some panic because Georgia was closing the gap. I don't know. But I will also say that and I hate to be this guy, but Georgia was getting away with a lot of PI, a lot of PI. And I think that Bama could have potentially done a little more damage. But Grubb ultimately called a fantastic game. Absolutely right, Stacy. So now, like I said, Bama did not run the ball well. They ran for 116 yards. They finally broke 100 yards. But Georgia was selling out completely to stop the run. And Bama leaned on them. I feel like they mixed it in well. They didn't get away from it. I know a lot of people I saw on social media were starting to get frustrated with the fact that Bama just kept trying to hit the middle. Well, that's what was making a lot of the reverses and the perimeter stuff work, is because Bama kept presenting a threat to the middle of the defensive line. So that's why when a guy like Jeremy Bernard gets a little lob pass from Ty Simpson, it works when he hits the perimeter. That's why the wheel route from Jam Miller to pick up that third down to ice the game worked. And then it started to do exactly what Kirk Herbstreit was talking about Georgia doing. It started to do that, and Bama started to pick up some yards on the ground in the fourth quarter. So it's all right, Ruben. It's all right, man. It's all right, dude. I think a lot of people, if they're being honest, probably felt like going into this that Alabama was going to lose this game because it's a very losable game, and it was hard to have faith in Alabama going on the road to a place like that and winning. Crazy. Zach, that's a good point. Alabama now does have the longest win streak, home win streak, that is. So, Eric, I was saying that there was, towards the end of the game, there was a short yardage play, and Herbstreit said something about how Alabama doesn't have a big bruising back. And immediately I was like, we have Daniel Hill. So I'm a little curious as to why we're not using him in those short yardage situations. If anybody's got an answer to that, pop it in the chat. So we will. We're gonna enjoy this one, Ruben, for 24 hours. But hey, you still wanting Schumann? How you feeling, man? I mean, that secondary got torched again at home. Roll Tide. Is Ty the guy? Yeah, Ty's been the guy, man. Absolutely. Zach, I don't know that Ty Simpson's going to get the love because he's not throwing for 400 and something yards a game, you know? Oh, but Jeff was back. He did. And that's, look, I made a tweet and it just said, Georgia's the second half team. Georgia's the second half team. Georgia's the second half team. And that was my whole point, is like, don't forget that, look, we're still talking about Kirby Smart in Georgia, who is easily the best at making second half adjustments in the country. I'm not going to take that away from the
100%
crew.
100%.
Jeff?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah, there we go. Sorry.
Okay. Yeah, I agree with you. Kirby's the best at second half adjustments, really for a number of years now. So you got to get a lead of some kind. I thought we really blew it by not scoring out of second half by getting the ball back. I thought that was going to come back and haunt us pretty bad by us not getting any points there.
Yeah.
But credit to the D, they let Georgia run up and down the field all night and only gave up one score in the second half.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
They did something right.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan
Lance.
of the bend don't break defense like philosophy.
Me either.
But
it's
it
not
worked.
My favorite.
It absolutely worked. Now, Lance, yes, kicking.
Very.
I think there was. This is just my assumption. This is a straight up assumption. Okay, I think that there was something that went on that field goal try that maybe we didn't see. Maybe I don't know if the hold was bad or what, but I'm trying to explain that to myself because, golly, man, I don't know if I've ever seen.
Stop trying. I would say agree with that, except you can name 5 kickers in the last 15 years that have had kicks that look like that.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, if you're a D1 kicker and you ever kick a ball that looks like that, you should be cut immediately. Missing is one thing. Missing by 50 yards to the left, that's Papanastos like on the goal line for the championship, and then you kick it into the parking lot.
This is something that nobody's talking about.
Big time shout out. Yes.
Very good point. Alabama's offensive line looked exactly like they were supposed to going into this season tonight. I think that they had
big time performance.
I think Ty got pressured maybe twice.
I don't know if I froze up or you did.
It's you, brother. Can you guys hear Jeff? Tell us.
I'm not sure what's happening here. Oh,
Thank you
it's
for
probably
the
my
five,
piece
brother.
of crap computer, if I were to guess.
We got to give a big applause.
Superfly.
Thank you, sir.
That is what we needed. Eyes on Vandy, starting now.
No. We're enjoying this one for 24 hours.
Yes, I agree.
24 hours, brother.
Mm.
Sorry. Whoo! I am still. Looks like me kicking too, man. Looks like me kicking too. Yeah, I can't talk enough about this offensive line today. I want to see it translate. I think we started to see the running game kind of pick up towards the end. Again, Alabama finally broke 100 yards on the ground collectively. And so we not a 100-yard rusher in a game, but still we've been rushing for like 80, between 50 and 80. So seeing them really, first of all, keep Ty Simpson upright, give him time to do his job, and then kind of lean on that defensive front late in the game to where, I mean, really Alabama put the game away by running the ball. Of course, they had the little throw there on 3rd and 5 to ice it, but they were in position to do that because they were able to run the ball. So definite kudos to that offensive line. I can't. Yeah, T-Dub, exactly. We were talking about that just a little while ago. Exactly. So, you there, Jeff?
Yeah, can you hear me? I don't know what's going on my computer. It's doing that thing where all the windows spin.
Yeah, you're a little choppy, but
can you remove the video file that's sitting in the background? Maybe that's active.
Yeah, working on it.
Maybe that's.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, I got you, buddy.
Yeah.
Oh, my thing fell.
Sorry.
Oh, well. It's okay.
And our friend Parker wants to hop in here and give his thoughts from Couchcasters. I told him I'd shoot him an email with the link.
Tell him come on. The more the merrier, man. Everybody's hyped.
Computer don't work. Parker.
Let's talk about it, baby.
We are celebrating. Okay, can my control paste not work either? Is this computer not strong enough to control paste while doing a video file?
It's not. It's not.
It is definitely not. That's why the whole thing is buffering. All right.
I told you, Ruben, what I've been saying about Pierre. What I've been saying. I did a whole video on that dude, man. Whole video. By the way,
He did.
I was on vacation the past couple of days, so that's why we haven't been posting a lot of long form videos, but that'll change starting tomorrow. So
I actually would prefer if we weren't top 10, keep us ranked low. You know, when we get up in the top 10, we start strutting around like we somebody, and then, you know, we get punched in the face. So
Yeah.
I would prefer us stay ranked, you know, around 12, 14, whatever.
Roll Tide, man.
RTR, Fat Jones.
Roll
Hey, Fat
Tide.
Jones in the house.
So
He hate me, Rod Smartback.
so looking ahead a little bit, obviously Vanderbilt comes to town next week. Then you've got Bama going to Missouri, and then obviously third Saturday in October at home. All three of those
They did
games.
week 1.
Huh?
Yeah. I was answering T-Dub on the chat.
Oh, all three of those games are winnable, but they're also losable. In fact, every game on Alabama's schedule the rest of the way is winnable, losable. So we'll revel in this one until tomorrow afternoon and rub it in Randy's face. Love you, Randy. But yeah.
Hey, Randy
Georgia-
called it, though. He said if you give Ty time, he's going to pick you apart.
Yeah. Well, he's sorry.
Ooh, Richie, watch the
yeah,
language, family show.
Yeah. AK's not going to play much, man, in games like this. It's just not going to happen.
He needs to play some. He's a little bit of a home run threat there.
Maybe, but
All right.
we've also seen him in mop-up
Parker, give me
games.
thumbs up when you're good to go, and we'll jump you in here. Although I'll probably have to restart my computer again because it's all choppy
point.
and buffery. Parker,
That's
can you
good-
hear me? Thumbs
Good
up.
point, Lance.
Thumbs up. You have to give thumbs up. All right. All
You
right.
did.
Here we go. Mr. Parker.
What's up, Parker?
Roll Tide. Roll Tide.
Roll Tide Maverick in the house. I don't refer to Parker in this kind of situation now. I mean,
This
come
is a
on,
nice
guys.
For
Jam-
one series, Jam
yes.
did.
Yes. I mean, here's
He
my
averaged a
thing.
yard a carry the rest of the time, but he did good the last drive.
You know what? And Jeff, I saw your statements on Jam earlier, and I was with Cameron on this. I mean, I know he was only averaging like 2.6 yards a carry. Well, in that last drive, that 2.6 yards a carry mattered a damn bit of
Yes.
difference. Because
last
because
drive,
what?
he was clutch.
I mean,
He
we're
was
looking at this at like this. We had them on their boo-honeys the whole game. We had this game. We could have won this game by 14 points. We missed a lot. I mean, Ty, he played fantastic, but there was a couple spots that he missed, and then Ryan dropping a easy touchdown. I'm like, dude, what is going on? You've got the freaking yips, man. Come on.
I think it offsets a little bit. I'm going to try to be real here. Georgia missed one, actually two.
They did. Yeah.
But I mean,
Yeah.
that little, what would you call it? Like a tunnel screen or whatever to Ryan Williams, one good block and that thing goes the distance too. So there were a
Man,
couple of
they had that
on
lined
both
up.
sides. Yeah. There were a couple
Yeah.
of misses
They
on
had
both
that lined
sides.
up.
But,
Mhm.
For some good play.
yeah. And then Georgia just crapped the bed there at the end, all the way. Like Kirby Smart was going hurry up for some reason. He was rushing. I think he kind of panicked. And then Robinson, man, jumping on that pile the way he did.
Idiot. What an idiot.
Which
Who
kudos
does that?
to Kirby Smart for sitting him, man. I mean, kudos.
Well, he was talking to him like a play before that. Literally the play before that, and says, hey, you need to be aware. Figure out what you need to do. I mean, at least that's what I was taking from. Yeah, Proctor is wide receiver one, for sure. My wife even said this. When he got the ball, because there was a chance earlier, and we messed it up, and he was lined out at wide receiver, and I go, what's 74 doing there? What's 74 out there at wide receiver? She's looking at me right now. My beautiful wife. She's looking at me in anger, of course. It's giving me the double birds, just like Tommy Castellanos got yet last night. But you know what? It's okay. Dude, I'll say this, Cotton. It was a I was telling Jeff this earlier. Going into this week or weekend, I was feeling pretty confident. And then I saw what happened last night. And then I've watched all the games today, and I'm like,
yeah, I think a lot of people felt that way, man.
I lost it. I was like, I know we've been playing on fire, but is Wisconsin what we thought they were going to be? No, I don't think they are. I mean, it's our best win. ULM? I mean, are we hanging our hats on a Sun Belt Conference team? But today happened.
It did. It absolutely happened. And I think most people are going to be pretty excited, and then the other half are going to be like, okay, there's already in the comment section, everybody's worried about, like, we got Vanderbilt coming to town, Diego Pavia. You got to follow that up with a very strong performance. So in your mind, Mav, where would you like to see Alabama in the AP poll tomorrow when it drops?
Confidence-wise, I say that the number 10 team, do I think that they get to that? No, I think they're probably 12 to 13. Get good win. That loss to Florida State is going to hurt them, especially what happened with Virginia. Vandy right now is playing like an all-American team. And I mean, until they get beat, who can stop them? I mean, they are running through pretty much everybody, which we're talking about Vandy here, people. Vanderbilt. Never would have thought it in my days. But we're in a new era, so.
Yeah. A couple things here in the chat. Yes, this is going to be the common verbiage you're going to hear all week about Kane Womack. But I will tell you this. The play that he called where he put Jackson on an island and he got burned for a touchdown. Whole defense comes off the field. First and foremost, Kalen DeBoer was chewing Womack's tail on the sideline about the play. Womack's taking responsibility. What happened the rest of that game? He had safety help. They had safety help over the top. And so he did make some changes in game. Now, the problem that a lot of folks are seeing, they're talking about this, the run defense. Yes, I get it. I wasn't happy about it either. But again, the majority of Georgia's run plays came on the perimeter and they were chunk yardage. So Georgia wasn't consistently running the ball well. They just, we're getting these bang bang plays, or not bang bang plays, but these big time plays every couple of series. And Bama was able to limit them when they needed to. Now, would you like to see them shut that down completely? Yes. But I don't think there's going to be in college football anymore. The game has evolved so much. The teams that cannot be run on, it doesn't matter what you do. I don't know if that's a real thing anymore. I don't.
There's a way to at least cut it in half. I mean, they ran, as Saban would have said, they ran through our ass like shit through a tin horn, and they did. I mean, I think it was like 250, 260 yards rushing, almost 300 yards rushing. That, if you cut that in half, Georgia's not even in the game. If you don't give up a fluke TD where Damani is on an island and he's got no help. I mean, we talked about it in our little Couchcasters podcast group where maybe he should have given a little bit of a cushion. But to the point, Debo was wearing Womack's butt out on the sideline for that.
Yeah, which he needed
to do. Do I think Kane Womack is our defensive coordinator next year? I don't know.
I'll go ahead.
I don't think so.
I'll go and tell you, if Auburn or Vanderbilt or Missouri or South Carolina or Oklahoma does what FSU did to Alabama, no, he's gone.
Yeah, 100%. I agree with that.
Yeah, I think he's probably on some thin ice. If anything, for Kalen DeBoer to, keep his job, that would buy him time. But I'm interested to hear. There's a crowd out there, and some of you are in the chat. I see you speak up, who feel like Kalen DeBoer's not the guy. to be in Tuscaloosa. How are you feeling after tonight? Obviously, I don't think it'll change your opinion completely, but I'm interested to see if you're a little more comfortable with Kalen DeBoer moving forward. So, agreed, Stephen. Agreed.
Yes. Although he got hung out on that 0. Yes, Lance. Thank you.
Yes. Oh, put that back up. Put that one back up. Don't hire your friends. 1,000%. This is in the SEC. It ain't about friends and enemies, okay? It is getting the job done.
Yes. I would agree with that.
We're to the point now where it is cutthroat. All right? We can't afford. I mean, yeah, it's a 12-team playoff, and it may be 16 in 2 years, 3 years. I don't know. But we're at the point. Bama's issues.
Yeah.
No, it's definitely O-line. I mean, our pass O-line is really, really good. Our run O-line is abysmal. And we actually got over 100 yards rushing today as a team.
I think a lot of that came in late, too, because we were not running the ball efficiently with the old jam up the middle play. That was wearing on my nerves because it was like wasting it down. And then after that huge Bray turnover, and then we immediately go jam up the middle 2 plays in a row, and it's for 2 total yards, and then threw that pass in the corner and wound up with a field goal, which turned out to be the difference in the game. But I was fuming, like, go for the throat, like go for the score there, and they ran up the middle twice so they wouldn't turn it over. And, turns out the field goal was the difference. But in that moment, I was like, fresh off a turnover, man, you got to go for the throat, man. You got to take a shot in the end zone or something. And it was like, jam up the middle for a yard. Second down, break, jam up the middle for a yard. And I was like, oh my gosh, these jam up the middle plays are like killing me.
I know, but that's what was making the perimeter stuff work.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's why.
Agreed.
And I'm happy they didn't get away from it, because that's something they did against FSU that really kept putting them behind the sticks. Like they got away from trying that, and FSU didn't have to worry about the interior run anymore, and so they were able to chase down anything out on the boundary. Georgia struggled with that tonight. They did.
Yeah.
And Colin, I'm glad you brought that up, because had we had stayed consistent with the run up the middle in that FSU game, maybe the result would have been a little different. I'm not saying we would have won the game, but who knows what would have happened. And that's our bit. We've got to find our identity. What are we? And I think we have.
It's Ty Simpson.
It's Ty Simpson, and we're running the play action pass, but having consistent run in between. Because, I mean, as long as he stays healthy and with our wideouts and the depth we have at wideout, I'd put us up against anybody. Now, again, our defense has got to figure some stuff out. We got to cut some stuff in half. I'm saying we could be a contender. I'm still concerned about a lot of stuff. I think it was a great win tonight. It was. But we've got some. I mean, we played Pavi next week, who they have just been running up and down on teams. I mean, he passed for like 300-something yards today and ran for another 100 and had 5 TDs.
Yeah, that's what he should have done against Utah State.
I don't know if when we played Utah State 2 years ago that Jalen Milroe did that kind of stuff.
Well, Pavi is way better than Jalen.
There you go. But we're looking at this. Pavi and Milroe, when you look at it like where they played at, Pavi started at a smaller school, then went to New Mexico State, then went to Vanderbilt. Okay. Under the radar kind of guy. Milroe was he a 4-star? 5-star guy coming out of college or coming out of high school, 4-star. I'm like, we're building these guys up, and we haven't seen really anything when they get to the mix of it all in college, and we're putting them on these pedestals.
Sorry, I am very big on that because what it does, DJ Lagway is a great example.
Fantastic point. Yes,
great
100%.
Example. Anthony Richardson at Florida was a great example. When they get in and they're thrown, Nick Saban has talked about this, and they get thrown in the fire too early, it destroys their confidence. It can literally end careers, man.
Yeah,
like it really can. And that's why a guy like Ty, everybody was so confident that he was going to be able to come in and run this offense because he sat down and did his time and he learned, right? So I feel like, Yeah, I don't know.
Pavia does have an 8th-year request in there, I think, somewhere.
He said it was. He said it wasn't true.
Yes, he's not coming back. He's not coming back next year. If he did, I think many of us Alabama and Auburn fans may have a stroke. I'm sorry, but it may be true.
Yeah, you're right, Lance. That's the only thing Arch can flex on. Like I said last week, had he not played it down this year, he was the number 1 pick. The fact that he's playing football is only hurting his draft stock.
Yeah.
I think he's hurt. I really do think Arch is hurt.
I agree with you.
And a lot of people want to say, no, he is fine. I was like, his throwing motion, he is literally in agony when he's throwing in his throwing motion. I'm like, I know they were on a bye week this week, so we didn't get to really see it. So he's got a week to rest. But I have not seen any improvement in 3 weeks. It's been rough.
It has been. Now, to make the day even better, I'm sure we've all been sitting on couches watching football all day. LSU loses. LSU takes an L, their first one. Not only that, Auburn loses. Tennessee almost lost. They pulled it out in the end there.
Mississippi State, come on, man.
Fighting Jeff Lebby's couldn't get it done. They were so close, man.
I was all ready to send out that 15-0 tweet, and Mississippi State blew it.
I know.
Jeff.
I was all ready to send it. I had the phone in hand. I was about to hit send.
It's been a good day, man. It's been a solid day.
Yes.
I think everybody's heartbeats are starting to return to normal.
And let me hark back to the tweet I made earlier. Like, how good would Auburn be this year if Alabama had beaten Oklahoma last year? I mean,
well, they'd be starting Deuce Knight.
Yeah,
they may have an actual offense had Alabama beaten Oklahoma last year. I'm sorry, Auburn, that we did that to you by allowing you to think that Jackson Arnold was the answer because he ran for 100 yards against Alabama and won.
I know I say it every time we talk about this, but I got to give myself props. The night Alabama lost to Oklahoma, I literally tweeted out Jackson Arnold would be the next.
I remember that. Dead right.
Enough, man. Tell him, Steven. Say it loud and proud, brother.
Oh, man.
All right, chat. Let's hear it. We're going to do a way too early score prediction for Vanderbilt. I know we're celebrating Georgia, but we have the luxury.
Hey, we're on to Vandy, baby.
So tell me in the chat, what's your score prediction? Let's see it.
That game's at home. We're going to run them out.
I'm already in process. There we go. What we got?
Very good point. You're absolutely right. They did. Jumping ahead, that 14-0 lead was probably pretty important because it did take the crowd out of it. But would they have one false start the entire game? Maybe 2?
Yes. One false start when Proctor was out at wide receiver the first time.
Yeah. And I think Cuevas or 20 Jam moved early or something.
Yes.
Yeah, that offensive line played
the best.
So good.
That was the best game they played in DeBoer's 17 games he's been here. Yeah. That's the best they played. The fact that's the same 5 people against Florida State that got blown off the field tells you that what confidence getting a couple games in where you play well will do for you. And then B, they heard all week that Georgia was going to beat them. Our friend below right here had Georgia by 10, agreed with a guy that picked Georgia by 10. So this guy right here even didn't have any faith.
The chat's going to unleash.
Cameron, our other friend of ours, right at the start of the game, he said Georgia by 10.
And my problem was this.
And I got thumbs up in the text.
Let them have it, chat.
I deserve to eat that because during the game I said, I wanted to hold out a little bit of confidence and say, I didn't put this in text. Team looked disciplined. You're right.
Yeah.
I said Bama by 3 because at least gives you a little leeway if Georgia were to win by 7, everybody looks like, oh, okay, well you said 3. Well, what did they win by? They won by 3. And honestly, we left 10 points on the board, though.
At what point in the game did you go from us losing by 10 to us winning by 3?
I'd say about midway fourth quarter when we started actually stopping them on defense and literally controlling the run, and to where we didn't let the quarterback start that the pass wasn't open and we didn't let them break open for 10, 15 yards, because that was literally what FSU did it to us, except they were doing it 15, 20, 25 yards.
Man. Well, Georgia had a few runs where they just go up the middle for like 44 yards.
Yes, it blew my mind.
I was like, it's not like they ran the corner and turned the corner. They just went straight up the middle. And the targeting call on Smith was chicken bleep. And the fact that they didn't call targeting on number 1 for launching his head into the pile there, like, just be consistent. If you're going to call one, call them both. Just be consistent. Neither was targeting, in my opinion. But if you're going to call one, you got to call them both.
Yeah, I don't disagree. I mean, him launching into it, he could have gotten the targeting on. I guess it was Jeremy that he could have literally head-to-head contact when he was launching himself into the pile. I won't disagree with that. 15 yards, either way, he would have gotten taken out of the game if it had been a targeting foul. But, I'm just happy. I'm just happy that we actually play. It seemed like we played a full game. Yeah, we left some points on the board, but you know what? We're 1-0. We got next week, and we're alive.
A lot of things went. A lot of things could have derailed that game in the second half. There were several things where I was thinking, even in the group text, I was going like, all right, this is it. We blew our shot at winning this game because we can't stop anybody, and Georgia's going to go right down the field and score.
Yep.
And then the defense made a stop, and then they made a play, and then they forced a punt. And when Georgia punted the ball back to us, that was Kirby Smart going, I got 100% faith in this defense that we can stop you. And if we get the ball back, you ain't stopping us. That's what that punt told me was if Georgia got the ball back, it was over.
You're right. It was a very, very gritty win. The team showed me something today that I've been looking for. There's 823 people in here, and I bet you they were all looking for the same thing, and the team showed it. Speaking of which, 823 of you, hey, do me a favor. I don't care if you're watching on YouTube. There's the majority of you are watching on X. If you're watching X, go over to YouTube, find the channel Waaaay Offsides, 4 A's, 3's not enough, 5's too many, 4 just like in the word Alabama, and hit that subscribe button. Leave a big heart or like, whatever's over there on this video, and in the comment section, let us know where you're watching from, what city and state.
Wait a second, you spelled it. How many A's did you say there were?
Way. This is all caps. Waaaay. Way.
Okay, just making sure y'all spell it right. Thank you, Skip.
You got me.
Every time, bro. Every time. I remember when Jeff showed me that, and he's like, Skip got me, bro. Skip got me.
Skip is serious about how to spell Waaaay Offsides, man. He emphasized it every week. What's up, Naples, Florida?
Hey, yeah, I'm in Florida too, man. I'm not in Naples, but I'm down here. Lance, we know where you are, buddy.
Lance, Dallas, Texas.
Lance,
home of Derrick Henry.
We have a court order. Lance has to always tell us where he is.
That's it. So. This is hilarious. Red Morgan got one play and almost got a taunting penalty.
I'm fine with it. I'm fine with it. Does anybody else still get really nostalgic whenever they call out a play by Dre Kirkpatrick? Like the minute I hear his name, I'm like, oh man,
we need to be hearing more of him. That guy brings the heat on defense. That guy seeks contact.
Yeah, I am not worried about it. Roll Tide from Sin City.
Oh, from Sin City.
Vegas.
Oh, yeah.
That's up in LV. Right. Bama, Sin City, Bama boy. I like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Played a clean game, minimal penalty. That is huge. Again, the offensive line. Hey, the fact we got one false start in that environment in the game like that is incredible. I know we touched on that a few minutes ago. What a monumental statement by the offensive line tonight. Much maligned, earned. They've earned what we've maligned them for, but they answered a lot of questions tonight. Now, granted, it wasn't Jordan Davis on the defensive line like in years past for Georgia. Their defensive line talent probably isn't at the level it was in the 21, 22, 23 cycle, but that's still Georgia. That's still a Kirby Smart, Glenn Schumann defense. Is Reuben Foster still in the chat? That's a Glenn Schumann, Kirby Smart defense with their second half adjustments, and we answered the bell.
Tell them all Roll Tide for us, please. Give them a big Roll Tide. Tell them we love them out there. If they're not subscribed, make them do it before you leave tonight. So we're all celebrating with you out there in Sin City.
Agreed, Steven. Ty was a massive leader tonight.
Absolutely.
Rallying the team even beforehand.
Always.
These guys have bought into Ty Simpson. If you question that, this game tonight should have answered those questions for you.
Yeah.
This guy is a baller, and
He is a baller.
If you like the team, like everybody has said, you buy into this guy, you get the team around him on the offense, especially. He's a leader. If everything plans out to be, he's the guy who can get us to where we need to be. No doubt about it, and I'm not questioning it. I'll eat crow if we end up losing the next 7 games. I don't think that's going to happen, but you know what? I'm riding with it, riding until I die.
No, he's
Jeff,
roll tide, baby.
AA had us buying what they were selling after that FSU game, but they may have been way off base, man.
They finally got something wrong.
Thank goodness.
They were like dead right the first 3 weeks of the season about everything.
They've been quiet for a while.
They even predicted losing A&M. That was their one loss that our friends Miles and Michael had Auburn 11-1 losing to A&M.
We use the term friends around here loosely.
They're our friends. They disagree they're a different side of the fan base, but
I know.
They come out with the same lunacy that we come out with for Alabama. So I gotta love their.
Oh man. Look, we got a ton.
He hate me. You're right. I told my son when the game was over, and he was excited. He's not really into football, but he gets excited when I get excited, and obviously I was a little bit excited tonight. But when that game ended, I said to my son, "This will not be the only time we play Georgia this year."
No.
And I told him, I said, in a few months, we're going to be right back in this living room watching these same 2 teams go at it. I hope.
Maybe. I don't disagree, but I also don't agree. Because I think Georgia goes as Gunnar Stockton goes, and some people have already alluded to it in the chat. Gunnar Stockton is not a premier quarterback. He
had a lot of Carson Beckness to him tonight.
He does. Now he made a couple of really, really good throws, just like he did last week in Knoxville, or 2 weeks ago in Knoxville. But I don't know if Georgia faces anybody who's better at stopping the run than we are or than Tennessee is, they're going to be probably in some trouble.
Yeah, that's a good question, Kill Bill. Pavia would probably get the nod just because he's played no one. Ty went into Athens and beat Georgia. Pavia has no win like that on his resume, even though they're 5-0.
Find out next weekend.
Yeah,
you find out next weekend.
If Vanderbilt comes to Tuscaloosa next week and Alabama beats the brakes off of them, then that conversation is going to start. That conversation, it'll already kind of it's lit now, but it's gonna they're gonna.
They're already talking about Ty Simpson jumping up in the Heisman ratings right now. I'm literally watching TV right now, and they're like, "Oh, Ty Simpson, number 3, top 3 in the Heisman." I'm like, "Y'all crapping on this guy a week ago, saying this guy wasn't even a top 15 quarterback in the country. Give me a freaking break."
My man Josh Pate, I love me some Pate State. He had Ty 8th ranked quarterback in the SEC. This was after his 2 good games. He had him 8th, and I was like, "There's 7 better SEC quarterbacks."
Look, no. I think Pate was trying to save some face because he was very, very high on Alabama going into the season, and then they crapped the bed in Tallahassee, and he caught a lot of hate for it. But he was right, and I told you, I've been saying, like, all those people that had access to the program leading up to the FSU game and camp walked away saying the exact same thing. There's no way they're all wrong. What they saw was what they saw.
Yeah.
I think it was just a perfect storm of circumstances in Tallahassee. This team can beat anybody in the country. As far as I see right now, there's no one team, and I'm including Ohio State in this. There's not one team that I don't think Alabama could beat if they're playing as well as they did tonight. Like, I would like to see them play a full 4 quarters, but this is a championship caliber team when they do what they did this evening.
I'll say this. Notre Dame's offense today, I know it was against a lifeless Arkansas team.
I like what you did there. Yeah.
Jeremiah Love, their running back who rushed for 2 touchdowns and then caught 2 touchdown catches. That dude's a baller.
He's the best running back in college football.
Yeah,
It is
he's a stud.
insane.
He's
And
a
then, of
stud.
course, they did the college game day stuff, and then the guy from the tight end from Oregon, from Idaho, whoever, Sadiq. That guy's a baller too. And I'm like, Oregon won tonight, guys.
Hey,
They're now going to be.
shout out to 81 for Alabama, that freshman tight end. Great catch and run on that critical third down in the game
Talking
tonight.
about Caleb Edwards.
Caleb
Oh,
Edwards, a
yes.
freshman.
Yes.
I thought Oregon lost for some reason. I'll be darned.
Agreed, Smitty. Tobias, that's does worry me next week about Vandy, because last year coming off Georgia, we got boat raced, but that was in Nashville, and DeBoer on the road up until tonight has been pretty iffy. But I think at home, I think we're going to beat the brakes off them at home. I think you're going to get a pissed off Alabama team about that game last year, and they're going to hear all week how good Pavi is. Well deserved. The numbers don't lie. They've scored 100 and something points in the last 2 weeks. That's like an SEC record for a 2-game stretch, 126 or something like that. So I don't think we're going to get caught overlooking Vanderbilt this week. I think this team is going to be hyper-focused because they know what they've taken for losing that game last year.
Will says he loves the parity in college football this year. And I got to agree. I don't really know who's
Great
the
point.
odds-on favorite right now to win the Natty.
There isn't one. There's anybody can be. It's like the NFL. Any Saturday, anybody can win a game. That's like watching NFL. There are a lot of better teams, but you could turn on any NFL game and the 0-something so-and-so will beat a first place team. That's just
Well, it's like
just
this.
the way it is.
Like you said, the NFL. When the Patriots had, what was it, in 07, and then, what was it, Eli Manning, were they 9-8? The Giants were 9-8 when they made the playoff, and then they ended up going on a run and beating that dominant Patriots team. I was like, 9-8? That's barely above 500. Yeah. We're looking at teams now who we're looking at 9-3, and they're like, oh, they're undeserving. There are a lot, like at the end of the season, there's going to be a lot of 9-3, 8-4 teams that we're going to be like, man, they could make this playoff. They should make this playoff, but it's going to be very tough.
That's a big reason I don't want to expand the playoffs. I don't think we need a bunch of 3 and 4 loss teams in
it's coming
in
if
the
they
playoffs.
do it.
I know,
Absolutely.
it's coming. They're going to expand. They like money too much not to.
Sure.
These guys are going to be playing 22 games. These college kids will be playing 25 games for too long.
Yeah. Hubbard's playing. He's probably our best defender right now.
Man, he was playing serious tonight.
Yeah, he's playing lights out. I did like what I saw from some of the guys. Rusal was looking pretty good before he went out. Lawson looked good today.
Man, Lawson would just catch one of those interceptions. At some point, he's got to catch one of them, right?
Somebody other than Bray's got to get a pick at some point. But
like Lawson's dropped like 3 walk-in pick sixes in the last 2 years.
Yeah,
that's why he's playing linebacker, not tight end.
The secondary was a little sketchy today, outside of Bray Hubbard. I did notice that. Keon was struggling a little bit. Damani Jackson was struggling on angles going in to take for tackles on the perimeter. There were a lot of those plays Georgia ran where Jackson had a good angle, or should have had a better angle, and he undercut it a little bit, and just completely overran the play. He did that a few times. I saw.
Well, and 33 was deceptively fast for Georgia. I think that had a small bit to do with it. Was Damani was thinking here, and then 33 would be gone. But he took several poor angles and gave up.
Well, and that's like you're looking at
yards after that.
It's what you're saying. Both of y'all were saying like bad angles. I'm like looking at. I was like, the guy's a senior. He's got to figure this out. They should have already been figured out about angles and proper tackling technique and everything. I mean, especially in the zero coverage situation, but the touchdown, which I think was a fluke. He had no help over the top, of course. But if you're worried about getting beat and getting shook like he did, give him a couple extra yards, man. Keep it in front of you.
Yeah, I agree. I think some of it was Georgia was throwing in a little eye candy. I don't know if you guys saw that early. They're throwing in a lot of motion and stuff and it worked on a couple of those plays. There was one play where the safeties all bit to the right side of the field and the play went to the left. It worked a couple of times. So that right there is why Vanderbilt makes me nervous no matter what, because the FSU did the exact same thing Vanderbilt did last year, and they're going to try it again. And Kane Womack, it still was working a little bit today. It's not Georgia's philosophy. It's not how they run their offense, so they didn't do it the entire game. But there's going to be other teams Alabama plays who's going to do that. Auburn is one of them. At the end of the season in Jordan Hare, that's going to be a crazy game. So
disciplined football on defense.
So to answer the question from earlier, again, do I think they handled have they figured out how to respond to adversity? Let me see what happens the first time Diego Pavia breaks one off for 40 or 50 yards next week.
Agreed.
I hope that doesn't happen.
Yeah, he did.
I'm seeing, I could see it happening. I'm hoping it doesn't. I hope everybody plays their gap assignments, sets the edge, just does their assignment.
Yeah.
And he shouldn't be running free. Now, if we get greedy and, get a little wild, then yes, I believe so. But
yeah. And Womack adjusted he knew they were going to do it. He had them playing like sitting in zone, right? But they were still biting really, really hard. Yeah. The Keon Sabb was biting pretty hard. And that's the other point, B-Jamin, is that there's going to be a lot of rat poison to come along with what just happened tonight. Yep. And they've got to handle it. They've got to handle it. I think that there is some mental fragility on this team. And I think we're seeing that from Ryan Williams right now. I do.
Although shout out to Ryan, huge catch. Took a shot late in that game, a big shot, about knocked him out of his cleats, held on to it, hopped up, gave the first down sign. Like, that was a big-time play. A, I was expecting him to drop it. B, I expect him not to get up after taking a shot like that. But he caught it, got up, right back in the huddle, was ready to go. That was.
I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said that because that could be
big yards.
I think it's going to be a turning point for him. I hope he builds up some of that gets out of the yips on this. I think he's been afraid of getting hit, and then him taking that hit and holding on to the ball and not dropping it. I'm hoping, because right now, if he doesn't get in a groove, he might start to get overlooked. I know his NIL is a bunch.
He settled in that as that game went on. He made some catches, even got a little physical after the catch, got a first down on that one play. Took that shot late in the game for another first down. Now he dropped the easy touchdown. He's got to get that fixed. He dropped about 3 of those deep balls into last year. So he's got to figure out technique, trying to catch a ball with his forearms. Bad technique. But he made some big catches in the second half of that game for first downs when we needed him. So he's in there. We just got to – we can't lose him.
I agree.
I don't mean like transfer. I mean, we can't mentally lose him.
Absolutely. Well, fellas, it is past midnight where I am. And so if you guys are okay with it, I think it's time to go ahead and wrap this up. I'm going to go celebrate a little bit with the fam jam, and then I'm going to go to bed.
Thank you to the 900 people watching us right now.
Absolutely. Please tell somebody.
Love you guys.
Tell somebody about
Thursday. Come see us Thursday nights. We really get into some wacky stuff on Thursday
8 p.m. Central Time every Thursday. If you don't want to miss anything, I have a very strong suspicion there's going to be some really positive recruiting news to come out of this weekend. We cover a lot of that.
Was it a big OV weekend this weekend or next weekend?
So Georgia did it a little different. They actually had Georgia had a big recruiting weekend on deck this weekend, but there were actually some Bama guys that were there too. I think Bama's got some flips coming their way here soon. So you're not going to want to miss that as well. We'll do a more in-depth breakdown of what happened last night. We'll start looking towards Vanderbilt, answering all.
I hope not, Tobias.
Give it to me,
bailing him out of jails.
We'll be doing, all the normal stuff. Well, it'll start tomorrow. So make sure you subscribe, hit the notification bell, all the things. Until then,
all the things.
As always, you know the drill. Say your prayers, read your Bibles, wash your hands, horns down, beat Auburn and LSU.
Kick Georgia's ass. Roll it.
And Tennessee too.
Love you, Randy.
Roll Tide.
Roll it.
Roll it.